Northern Monk and Alpha Delta Brewing, a twist of faith, double dropped, double fuck. Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer. Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got a can, let's try it again. I've got a can of Order of the Faith, which is a collaboration between Northern Monk and Alpha Delta Brewing. Northern Monk from Yorkshire, Alpha Delta Brewing, are from Newcastle upon Tyne. Newcastle upon Tyne. Why do I keep saying that? It's Newcastle upon Tyne, right? And this is their collaboration. It is a New England double dry hopped IPA, or DDH IPA as they like to call it here. I will tell you what that is in a minute. The two breweries, we'll talk about them first. Northern Monk, fantastic. Not had a bad one from them. Tried their collaboration with Brewdog yesterday, and that was really good. That was the Vermont Sessions. That was an excellent New England IPA. They also do some really good beers on their own. I've tried a few that they're quite popular in the supermarkets as well. You can get, Tesco's and Morrison's, which is where I got this. They do quite a few Northern Monk stuff, and if you see it, get it, because I think the Neapolitan IPA was the weakest one I tried, and to be fair, that wasn't bad. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to sound. It wasn't as bad as it sounded, put it that way. I thought it was going to be like that abomination from Black Sheep, the pineapple milkshake. Fucking hell, what were they thinking? Alpha Delta Brewing, I have to admit, I have not had anything from them. So this will be a first. Well, it will be a first for me trying one of their beers, collaboration beers. Dry double hopped IPA. What is that? Dry double hopping. Now, dry hopping, I don't know whether you're aware of the term, but basically what that is when you throw in a load of hops after the boil, and what will happen is you will just get the lovely aroma. You won't get the bitterness at all, because when you boil hops, that's when your bitterness comes out, which is good. You do want some bitterness in your beers, right? But when you put in afterwards, when it's boiled and it's cooling down or it's cold, and you throw in your hops, all you're going to get from them hops is good aroma and good flavour, and basically the basic aromas and flavours you would get from the hops anyway. Now, dry double hopping is throwing in these hops. Fuck was that? Dry double hopping is throwing in more than one. It's basically throwing in the hops after the boil to give you some more flavour and aroma. So I'm going to be looking for that when I open this. But as I say, this is that's a play on the name of one of Northern Monk's original pale ales called Faith. So I think I have bored you enough with all that bullshit. So let's see what's in the can. Right, so as I say, this is a dry double hopped IPA. I will get that out. Dry double hopped IPA. It's 6.5% in the ABVs. I've read about this a little bit, and they've called it a New England style IPA. Well, that remains to be seen. I'll tell you when I taste it what it tastes like. It's a 440ml can. Sorry about the sniffles and all that. I've got hay fever, and the tree pollen is absolutely killing me at the moment. What else? It says it's got oats in it, so it should get a really nice mouthfeel from that. And the ingredients are water, malted barley, hops, wheat, and yeast. So yeah, it doesn't really give you the full spec of what's in here, but it looks good. It talks a good fight. Let's get it open. Let's get it drunk. So, in the can, what are we getting? Oh yeah, nice sweet fruit and pineapple. Slight resinous bitterness from them hops as well. But there's a lot of sweet fruit on that. I don't know whether my sense of smell is being impaired because of like this hay fever at the moment, but I'm getting quite a bit from that. Let's get it into the glass. Maybe we'll get some more. Now, if this is a New England IPA, it should be very hazy and with a fair bit of carbonation. And it is. And it's quite lively, yeah. Look at that. That is what I would expect from a decent New England. Now, New England, for me, New England's range from this colour, like a, you know, what you would say would be a pineapple juice, to a bright orange. I've drank bright orange New England's IPAs before. The carbonation on this is pretty lively, but they're very small bubbles, so again, that is a good sign. The head on this is a 3-finger, really foamy head on that. And out of the glass, what are we getting? Yeah, more of the same. But more sweet fruit, if you can imagine. But there is that pineapple bitterness. So you've got the pineapple bitterness coming from the hops as well, but you've got sweet fruit, sweet stone fruit, like I keep saying it. These are the only fruits I'm getting: is mango and passion fruit, and a little touch of orange on it too. So let's stop gassing and let's start drinking. That's really nice. First thing that hits me with that is the mouthfeel. It's so smooth, and I'm imagining it's the wheat that's doing that, because you're looking at that, you'd think there's huge carbonation in there. I mean, the head is just massive and there's lots of tiny bubbles, but the mouthfeel is so smooth. That's brilliant. The pineapple bitterness is very toned down. It's very subtle. I've just tried the Magic Rock New England IPA, and it had tons of that pineapple bitterness. And the Vermont session that I tried with Northern Monk and Brewdog, that had lots of pineapple bitterness. The pineapple bitterness on this, I keep saying pineapple, it's grapefruit. The grapefruit bitterness has been toned down on this, and there's more fruit, which is good. Oh, it's super easy drinking as well. It's really nice. As I say, and they've got it right here, and I've always said this about these New England IPAs. I like to see big fruits, or like to taste big fruits in a New England IPA, or what brewers are calling New England IPAs, because to be fair, that is the style. And it's the difference between the East Coast and the West Coast IPAs. The West Coast are very hop heavy, bitter, with, you know, a bit of a malty back end in it. The East Coasts, from my experience, and you know what I know to be East Coasts, are more fruity. And this is a good representation of that style. The hop bitterness has been turned down on this, and it's allowed them sweet fruits to come through. But combine that with a super smooth mouthfeel, this makes this really drinkable. There's the slightest hint of malt on the back end, and it's like a very, very slight biscuit malt, but it's just enough to, mingle in with all that fruitiness. And altogether, the whole lot is a super smooth, fruity New England IPA. Now, the dry hopping on this, I think, has made a difference, because with that initial boil, that's where you get your bitterness from. And some brewers don't dry hop after that. And that's where, sometimes you drink pale ales and they've got quite that bitter grapefruit running all the way through it. That's from your boiled hops. That's what happens when you boil hops. You get the bitterness that comes out. And that is desirable, regardless of what hop it is. You do need that. But the fruit that comes through from hops as well, and especially if you're dry hopping it, if you dry hop it with fruity hops, or hops that are not renowned for bittering, but they're renowned for their fruit, then you get something like this. And this is amazing. But what tops it off for me is the mouthfeel as well. It's just so smooth. It's so easy drinking. It's beautiful. It's like a slightly bitter fruit cocktail, which is, for me, is just perfect. I absolutely love this. This is a fantastic beer, and I'm going to check out that Alpha Delta Brewery. I've not had any of their stuff before. I've obviously had Northern Monk stuff before, but I think Northern Monk have sort of slightly taken over that can. I saw their logo on it, and I didn't realise it was a collaboration until I read the very small print at the bottom. So I think Northern Monk have probably had the bigger say in this, but regardless, I don't care who's done what. This is a great beer. So what's the verdict? The verdict on this, for me, is an absolute winner. That, for me, is a 10 out of 10. I've been really lucky this sort of last couple of days. I went to Morrison's and I got the Magic Rock New England IPA, which was really good. That was a 10 out of 10. Sorry, that was a 9 out of 10. I had the Brewdog and Northern Monk, which was a 10 out of 10. And I tried another one yesterday, which was a 10 out of 10. Oh, that was the Northern Monk New England IPA, or Newer World it was called. That was a 10 out of 10 as well. So I think Northern Monk, for me, this week, are my favourite brewery. They are just killing it. They really are. And this is fantastic. I would say to you, get your arse down to Morrison's sharpish and buy some of this, because this is going to sell out. Once the word gets out how good this is, and I think this is going to be a limited one. I just think this is just the perfect drink on a hot day like it was today. Keep it in the fridge and it will go down so smoothly. And it's got a bit of a kick in it as well. It's 6.5%, so it's on the bottom, or on the lower end of the New England IPA sort of ABV. But it's just so good. It's fruity, really drinkable. I love it. It's 10 out of 10. Get it and enjoy it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.